Good morning, stackers. Gold is set to make a new all-time high really soon. Silver is looking great. Platinum, not so much, but we'll take a look at all three today with me, Joe Main. It is the 23rd of July, 2025. Brought to you by Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, and Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Let's do a quick synchronized slurp. Grab your tasty beverage. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Don't forget, I go live on Tuesdays and on Thursdays, but here is gold. Dang, $3,432 using the tradingview.com website, and of course it's priced in USD. Let's see, gold on the weekly time frame. It's going to make a new all-time high. Now, what we do after that, that remains to be seen, but as of right now, I've been saying while we are above 3,355 to 3,375 in particular, brand new all-time high in gold coming, and I mean really soon, in just a matter of a few short weeks, probably no more than say 4 to 6 weeks, something like that. And I did say on the live show yesterday, let's pop this on the daily, that what would give absolute confirmation, and when I say absolute, doesn't mean 100%, of course, we'll give it a 90% chance, of course. You got to bear in mind there could be black swan events, or just for some reason the market goes down. But while we're above this downtrend line as well, that's very, very bullish. Okay, so we cleared through this area here. So while we cleared through, while we cleared through that 3355 was looking good, and then between here and here, we got up through and finally made it through the 3375 level, which was right there. So I've been saying while we're above 3375, new all-time high in gold coming soon, and we're now above there, which is great. So up to here, maybe retest and then do something like that, and it's just looking onwards and upwards. So that is my humble opinion. 90% chance new all-time high in gold coming very, very soon, and I would just give it, honestly, it could happen probably not this week, but it could easily happen next week or the week after for sure. So onwards and upwards, I think we go for a period of time. What we do from there is a very good question. So let's pop on some other indicators here. We need to look at the relative strength index, okay? The thing that could be setting up, and you always have to look at the other side of it. Everyone will get really excited. Oh, another new all-time high for gold, another new all-time high. Yes, just got to keep on the back of your mind the other stuff. For example, such as if we make a new higher high. So, for example, pick a point. I don't know where that is, but if it's an equal or a lower high on the relative strength index, that would actually play out bearish divergence or signal bearish divergence. So I do believe, 90% chance new all-time high in gold coming really soon. Where we go from there, I don't know. So the steam could be running out. If I show on the monthly time frame, however, that might play a bit of a different story. Let's show it on the monthly. See, monthly, now this is interesting. Remember, it was quite a few weeks ago now, I said, geez, I was less confident. I was more confident that we were going to see some lower prices and less confident that we were going to do this. Clearly, I was wrong there. The power of the power of gold at the moment, the power of precious metals. We are in a commodities super cycle. Okay, we're going much, much higher over time. $8,000, $10,000 gold, etc. I just thought it would take its break here. Could that still be the case? It's just 1, 2, 3 spikes, large spikes on the monthly. Could this be a similar thing potentially playing out? We have a quick move up and then, we spike down and close the month anywhere down here. That would not be preferable. So we haven't closed the month yet. So let's see what happens. If we close the month of July around about this kind of level, about sort of 3480, 39, 3500. Geez, that's looking really good if we close there. I don't care about these spikes. It's where we close at. Anyway, I think, again, new all-time high coming, 90% chance, and let's see what happens after that. So looking really good. Silver. Dang, here is silver on the weekly time frame. Let's do that. Price in USD, $39.30 US cents. we're just still onwards and upwards, and it's looking fantastic. Silver will break $50 eventually. It will go to triple-digit silver in the next, years coming, and I think multiple triple-digit silver in the following years. After that, I think as high as $700 in 10 to 20 years' time. Okay, that's way down the track, but it's looking really good. Okay, on the monthly time frame, look at it. It's just looking absolutely fantastic. Not really a lot to say. 45-year cup and handle, it's playing out. We'll get to $50. We'll faff around, as I say. Faff around there for a little bit. People will be calling triple tops, and it might have a little bit of a retrace, and then eventually it's going to break $50. I'm still confident at the moment that it will break $50 in 2025. Okay, on the daily, look, it's just great. Cool. I mean, what goes up must come down, so eventually it needs to have a little bit of a rest. Where it takes its rest at, who knows? Doesn't really matter anyway, because you should just be dollar cost averaging in. Sure. If I did I can do a little bit of Fibonacci. Let's do it from this high and this low. See if we've hit any major levels. Let's see, from that high and that low, we broke through. Interestingly, we found, it's interesting. We found a short-term resistance at the 1.618, a spike, but then a close below. So I'm going to say, just watch out for here at about $40.60 US cents. Might find a little bit of resistance if we continue up round about there. And yeah, that's pretty much all you need to know. Silver is looking great in the longer term. Don't sweat the small stuff. Don't sweat the smaller moves. Even if we come back down, even if, for example, this is a liquidity grab or a quick little spike above and it's a quick fake out, man, don't stress. You can even come down as low as kind of your $34, $35 level and you're still looking good, okay? But for example, let's just say it did it here. And I'm not saying that's happening, but let's just say if it did. Oh, okay, no problem. So you get a bit of a dip. And we're talking, isn't that interesting how that lines up right there? So anywhere between the 0.618 and the 0.382. That's fine. If this is a little fake out right here, break resistance and fake out. Where are we? Right there. Imagine we do that and we come back into here. That's not preferable, but look, you can get it all the way down. Oh no, $38.20. No big deal. You can get all the way down there and be fine. Just a normal move, and then onwards and upwards we go. And it's onwards and upwards we go over the longer term. No problem with that whatsoever. So these short-term moves are just short-term noise, but it's great to see it moving in the upward direction today. That's good for you and me. It's good for silver stocks as well. If you join me on the live show tomorrow on Thursday from 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, I'll go through some of the silver stocks that I'm in. I'll take a look at gold stocks as well, and yeah, we'll have a good old time. Also, what I'm doing tomorrow, before I get to platinum, what I'm doing tomorrow is I'm adding a new section, a new segment to the show, which is what I learned this week. So as you know, or as many of you know, I am now part of, and I've been a part of the Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com community for a bit. I've been a part of their academy. Now, this is just the back-end academy stuff. I wasn't doing a course. Okay, I'm just part of their community. Okay, it's a paid community. There is a free version which you can join, academy.masteringthemarkets.com, and you get all their just publicly listed stuff. But I was part of their paid subscription. I've been being sponsored by Mastering the Market, so I get complimentary access. I can tell you though, I would have paid for it if I hadn't have been able to get a little bit of a sponsorship thing going on. It's been amazing. I've already learned so much. I've become a better investor just by being a part of the academy. Highly recommend you at least sign up for free, see what it's all about. However, on Monday, or on Tuesday technically, I started the 12-month year-long comprehensive course. So I am learning to be a trader. I'm learning to be a pro trader. Okay, I've been an amateur for a long, long time. I decided to do it the proper way. So I'm doing the year-long comprehensive Mastering the Markets program, 4 units, 40 weeks, 3 live sessions per week, 7 to 12 hours per week commitment. Had my first lesson yesterday. For me, it's I've known a bit of this stuff, so that's sort of the beginner stuff, which I already understand. But here's what I'm going to do. On the show, on every Thursday on the live show, I'm going to do a What I Learned This Week section, where I believe that if I can explain it succinctly to amateurs, then that means I've understood it myself. So I'm kind of using the Thursday live show, What I Learned segment, to bolster my knowledge, okay, and to really solidify that I understand it. So I'm going to teach it to you as such, sort of briefly, give you a quick overview of what I learned this week in Mastering the Markets, and that'll help me, and hopefully it helps you too. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, follow me on X, and head over to Mastering the Markets, masteringthemarkets.com. Let's take a look at platinum. So we've done silver, we've done gold. Here is platinum on the 1 hour. I'm going to take it to the daily. Platinum on the daily time frame priced in USD 1,440. In my opinion, I think platinum is going to continue to weaken for a little bit versus gold and silver. Gold is going to make a new all-time high really soon while we're above those certain levels. Silver is just doing really well. Platinum's had its run recently against gold and silver. I still think it ticks over a little bit here. Okay, why is this? Well, on the daily, I should say, higher high, that's looking close to a pivot point soon. I can't call it quite yet, but potential higher high, lower high on the relative strength index, a little bit of a splurt of the gas tank, a little bit of steam running out. We've had a massive move in platinum. Okay, I think it might come back to test a level at least down, bare minimum down to here of 1,350. I think not bare minimum down to there. I think you could get anywhere down to, I have been favoring 1,230 US dollars. That's at the top end of the zag zone from this low and this high. But I will give credence to, if platinum's just in a total bull market, which I know it is, it would be very, very bullish if it actually just bounces off the 0.236 right here at the 1,310 level. So look, the short answer is gold going higher this week, next week. Silver, I think, still moving higher this week, next week, and we know where it's going in the months coming. I think platinum just needs a little bit more of a pause. So watch there at 1310, and if that 1310 is broken, then watch for 1230, 1,230. I don't think we go down as low anywhere into the belly of the best buy zone. I think the top end would be the lowest that we go, and I'm kind of now favoring that 1310 kind of level. That is platinum. I'll talk about platinum stocks tomorrow on the live show as well. Just want to give you a quick overview. Do I quickly look at copper? I do have to quickly look at copper. Here is copper on the daily time frame. We've broken through, broken through the $5.70 level. So while we're through $5.70, I'm going to have to say a new all-time high in copper is coming very soon as well. So that's pretty much all you need to know. I think new all-time high in copper is coming. And yeah, here's on the weekly time frame. Yeah, that's going to shoot through as far as I am concerned. All right, we're going to make a new all-time high. And watch out for, over the next weeks and months, watch out for here at $8.80. That is the 2.618 Fibonacci from this low, from this high and this low. I think that might be in play at some point. So watch out for resistance at $8.80. I might take a look at some copper stocks on tomorrow's show. And that's all the precious metal stuff that I want to talk about today. Of course, when you want to buy precious metals, you should be buying from Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au, best bullion dealer in all of Australia. Why? Free shipping when you have 20 or more items in your shopping cart, in your order. Just go to perthbullion.com.au, just start playing around with the shopping cart, adding one of this, two of that, 7 of that, whatever. And then when you go to the view cart section, you'll see, oh, now there's, because I've got 20 or more items, now there's a free shipping option. No other bullion dealer in Australia had done it until Perth Bullion Exchange came along in May of last year. Okay, now I believe there is one other company that actually stepped up the plate, a very kind of a small, brand new business that stepped up to the plate that's copying Perth Bullion Exchange, but Perth Bullion Exchange are the Mavericks and they still do it better than everyone else. I should know, I worked for 3 major bullion dealers in Australia and Perth Bullion Exchange is killing them all. Okay, that's Perth Bullion Exchange, perthbullion.com.au. Let's do a final synchronized slurp. Don't forget, I go live on Tuesdays and on Thursdays talking about precious metals, about stocks. I talk about Bitcoin and crypto as well. If you follow me on x.com/itsjoemain, you can find more of the crypto stuff over there, but I'll talk about that on the live show. And tomorrow will be another live show, 9:30 a.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, where we'll talk about everything. I'll do live chats, we'll answer your questions and all that stuff, including the new What I Learned segment from Mastering the Markets this week. Let's do a quick synchronized slurp. Grab your tasty beverage. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good stuff. Stay safe, stay informed, keep stacking whatever you're stacking, and I'll see you soon.